Hey everyone, I am Lyra Moon. This is Tarot with me, and this is for today's pick a card reading for the 24th of April. So all you got to do is pick card 1, 2, or 3, ask yourself a higher message question, and get the answer. Picking card 1, 2, or 3 to hear the corresponding message that follows to get your answer. Starting with those of you who picked card number 1. All right, y'all. I feel today is a lot to do with balance. We're looking at the energies specifically for today and what they mean following the full moon in Scorpio from 2 days ago. So today you may be facing something that is specifically to do with your balance. And if you're feeling off kilter, it's about removing something from your plate that is specifically bogging you down, that is making you lose focus and making you lose your center. So whatever this thing is, it's on your plate, it's overburdening you. Maybe you've taken on too many responsibilities, maybe you've taken on too many tasks, but whatever it is, it's time to shake it up, lose this extra burden, extra responsibility, or try to find more time for it. It could even be that financially, it's just not something you can do right now. It's not feasible, it's not workable, it's not manageable. It could be something possible that you could delegate to other people. See if you can strategize around it, okay? Because we still have this big, beautiful energy right now with Uranus and Jupiter in conjunction in Taurus. Remember, the outer planets, they take longer, so they're going to be in that conjunction for about a week. So it's a really great time to manifest, and I mean, like, write it down in the physical world. And why do we do that? We write it down and not in our phones, because our phones are part of this reality, this dimension. So we want to put it into physical reality, and we do that by writing things down. So if you're needing more finances, if you're needing more stability, write it down, put it in a physical format, and then, start making steps, active steps towards making that happen. And you're going to have a much better chance of creating that reality, than anything else. Okay. Because it does look like you've got too much on your plate right now. That's kind of holding you back. Be mindful too that you are not overdoing it. You may be overindulging in spending. You may be maybe finding that Taurus season is making it a bit challenging for you, and you may be wanting to indulge in things that you can't afford right now. So be mindful about where you are putting your money and your values, so that you are still getting what you need and not buying what you don't, okay? And for those of you who picked card 2, oops, this table is slippery without everything. Okay, those of you who picked card number 2, we have Justice reversed. This is going to be a no card. Today is not the day to make big decisions. Today is not the day to jump in and try to resolve problems. You may find that conflict will just erupt out of nowhere. So just be mindful with how you approach certain topics or situations. It's not the day to try to win the battle over, any given thing. Just try to go with the flow today. It's a little bit of a more challenging energy, especially if we're talking about colors, okay? That's another fun one too. So yellow, when we're talking about what our body is telling us, yellow, this is neutral energy. So if you pick card number 1, this is more saying that this is a more neutral energy. We need to figure out how to get more into the green so that we can feel more comfortable with the decisions and choices that we've made. Red, we're not completely okay with things. This is a more of a no. It could be power struggles, issues over control, issues of control over our own lives, maybe overindulging in food today. Be mindful of our diets, be mindful of what you're eating. If you are having a difficult time, I have been it looks gross, it's not, but I have been so in love, and I've already lost like 10-15 pounds. I've been in love with this Premier protein powder, and it's super delicious. It tastes like vanilla milkshake. Anytime I have a sweet tooth or I'm like snacky, I go and I have one of those. It's like 115 calories, and I'm so happy and so full, and voila, there we are, and I've lost a bunch of weight already, and I'm down to pant size, and I'm doing something different. So it's about also recognizing that Taurus has a tendency to want to overdo, to be lazy, to overindulge. Venus has a tendency to just want to snack and snack and snack. So be mindful if that is you. If you also have a tendency to cave into those things, it's a good idea to maybe get some protein cookies, to just kind of prepare for that. And to get some protein powders. I'm specifically using Premier Protein Shake, and I like the vanilla one. They also have mocha, and they have chocolate. So try those out. I think they're like $22-24 for the container ones at Walmart and on Amazon. So just try to avoid conflict and overdoing. That's what I'm really want to see. Balance is needed. And for those of you who picked card number 3, again, it's okay, this one for you guys. This is Spirit is saying you guys are in a position where someone is overriding you or pushing your boundaries to an extent where you don't feel comfortable speaking your own truth. You don't feel comfortable voicing your concerns. You aren't telling your own truth. You aren't being honest about what your needs are. And so everything's kind of going haywire, and you're frustrated, and you're being passive aggressive. You're not being honest about what the problems are. So because of that, they're getting worse and worse and worse. And, your passive aggressiveness is coming out in worse and worse and worse ways. So then the other person is responding passive aggressively. And instead of just communicating about what your boundaries and your needs are, you're allowing this kind of spiral to happen, and it's really unnecessary. You have to be the one to take accountability for what's bothering you. If you don't, how can the other person have a conversation about it? You can't accept or expect them to come to you and say, hey, I noticed that you were bothered by this, and that, so I wanted to go ahead and do that. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not how we play. You have to be honest about what you're feeling so that they can say, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to respond. So I was being a little passive aggressive, and I wasn't sure. And thank you for talking to me. So then we can start a dialogue, have an open dialogue about what the problems are, because nobody wants to feel like this. Nobody wants to feel like, they're walking on eggshells around another person just because, you don't want to be honest about it, about what you really need. So open up, talk about your boundaries, talk about the issues, talk about what your needs are, and if you don't know what those are, you need to sit down with yourself and have a real conversation and figure out what the hell that is, because no one else knows better than you do. And if you don't know, then you got to sit down with yourself. There's a point here to be said that, you can't get mad at other people who are doing things that anger you when you don't know why or what your needs are. So it's about figuring out what is needed and having a conversation about it. Okay, today is about balance and truth. Honesty is the best policy, while also coming at that honesty with a sense of of kindness, and as well as keeping the peace. All in all, it's about balancing how we communicate and how we express ourselves. All right, guys, make sure not to overindulge. Taurus really just likes to have a way about that, okay? And so does Venus. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Let me know which card resonated most with you in the comments below, and what kind of readings you guys would like to see. I'd love to know, and I will see you guys all back here tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. Bye for now.